Welcome to EGO NetCast. I am Martin Lindeskog. Hi, Dean.
Hi, Martin.
What's
How are
up?
you?
I'm fine. Yourself?
Yes, I'm very well, thank you. Very well. Just
Yeah.
keeping in lockdown over in the UK, and
Yeah.
just trying to write some new songs and things while I'm here. Well, all the gigs have been cancelled now until next year due to the
Yeah.
COVID, and hopefully we're going to be doing the Let's Rock the 80s festivals again next year.
Yep.
And
Yep.
back to work, back to singing.
Good to hear. And you have a long career. So it was Jonathan Dahl that I met through social media on Twitter. I had tweeted that I listened to one of Rosala's latest songs, and then he contacted me direct message and said, "Do you want to have Rosala on your show?" And that was an honor to have that because I listened to her music for a long time. And then one thing have led to another. And then he sent an email and talked about you and how you had connections there when in the industry. So, as I said to you here in the green room, I'm doing a search on person's name. It could depend on if you have a common name like Smith or something like that, John Smith or something. But you're spelling Dean in a different way, Dene and Michael.
Yeah.
So it could be others there also, maybe some in American something. But I found some. Yeah, please tell.
I think my parents wanted me to be different, so they spelt it because Dean is usually spelled Dean, and like you say, mine's Dene, but it's pronounced the same.
Yeah, but it's good to pronounce, so that's good. So Dean, so I got like 17,800 results there, and as you said, Black Lace, this band, Wikipedia note there, and then videos that you have done, then something called Flair Entertainments. What's that? Is that a site for entertainment? Yeah.
Our management company and record company. We're under Flair Records, and in the 80s, we were very famous in the 80s with a song called Agadoo. We had Superman, do the conga, the Music Man, which I actually wrote the Music Man. I was the writer of our version of that one. And many, many more. We had many hit records with the albums, the party albums. So we were very famous in the 80s.
Yeah, you said that party band. So how could you describe the style? It is like laid-back music for the party or for in the sun?
No, it's very upfront. There's dances with our records. There's always a dance.
Yeah. I was thinking about here in Sweden. It was a band like a funny band that was playing for kids, but also for grown-ups, called Electric Banana Band. And,
yes,
they
I've heard of them.
You have heard of them, yeah? So
yes, I have.
Yeah. So when I saw them, I was thinking if I got inspired by you and vice versa, maybe, because they are still around. Yeah. They are playing. One of famous guitarist Janne Schaffer, he is in that band. So I knew that when I was a kid. I liked because they have their own cartoon show, like a kids show on the telly. So called Banana Band. So
yeah, I would think it's very similar to the style that we play. It's like New Year's Eve every night when we play. It's just one massive party. Every song we play, everybody joins in with, and they all sing along and dance along, and it's a wonderful atmosphere. Really,
that's good, and we could need that in these times. So you had that the Birdie song, and I wonder. Is that inspired by? Have you heard about this dance called balloon dance?
No, I haven't. No, balloon dance.
It was some Swedes that did it, but I think I'm not sure about this. So we have to search on it and find it. Maybe some listener knows the background.
Yeah,
because it was some.
So I was going to say we've heard of the Birdie song was done by over in the UK in England by a group called the Tweet. They had a hit with that in the 80s.
Tweet, that's good. Tweet and Twitter. So this lineup was that it was some of the comedians, men that were naked almost, except
Really?
for a balloon on certain
Oh,
areas.
yeah, it's like the balloon dancers. Yeah, we have an act over it
and I
similar.
think the song sounded like that.
Yeah, yeah.
The beat. So,
Yes.
so it's all good. And
Yeah,
then you did a take on Superman regarding the coronavirus. Could you tell a bit about that song?
that's right. Yeah, I was in the house and I was just sat one afternoon thinking in early lockdown, what we're gonna
Mm,
do? What can I do? And I rewrote the lyrics to Superman
mm.
to the sneeze, don't sneeze, and all that. For where
It's
keep your distance and everything else. So there is a
yeah,
version on the internet there on YouTube of me doing that. But
yeah. I saw
yeah,
that
it was
one. I think
something to do really.
yeah,
It was
that's a
just
good
oh,
instructional
yeah,
video in a
yeah,
fun
yeah,
way.
in a fun way. It was just a bit of fun, that was all.
Yeah,
And
but
from doing that, somebody else saw me do and sent me the Get Up dance, the one that I've just recorded with the
yeah,
lockdown album,
yeah.
the lockdown
So
cowboy. We had to
yeah,
think of a band.
yeah. So how did that come about? That
But
song there and dance.
again,
Could you tell a bit about the dance because they
I
dance in
can,
a very
yeah,
fun and nice way?
yeah. It was originally done by a guy called Blanco Brown in America, and he
Mm,
had a massive hit with it over there in America, and put this the Get Up Dance challenge where people sent videos on the phones of the families, the friends, doing
yeah.
the lockdown, the Get Up Dance, and somebody sent me it across to the UK on the internet. Said you should do this. It's your style of music. So I approached Blanco Brown and asked him for permission to do it. Got the permissions back and said, "Yeah, you can do it in Europe." So this is how it all happened. And then I got my friends to get involved to make a video. We had to do it all from our homes on our phones and record it, send it to the production company, and then they put the video together of the dance with my people in there.
Mm,
My friend Jay, she did all the choreography for it. And I got a few of my friends, Paul Jackson, who's quite big in America as well. He recorded it, produced it for me, and is actually playing on the record guitar and some backing vocals. And then I got my other friends, Rick Gaynor and Mark, to come in and do a bit of comedy on there as well, Mark Bolt. And as I say, but even my mum's on there. She's doing the sit. We got mum in the video as well. So it was a
yeah.
fun video, and it's hopefully going to do quite well.
Yeah, and that's great because it's fun that to talk about even in this situation to talk about the positive thing. And as I said, I talked about this how to prepare for this conversation in the green room. So if
Yeah,
people search, I mean, you could always find something, and then sometimes it could be correct, sometimes it get a different view of your personality and so on. So I
yeah,
say to the listener to do a search and then listen to the conversation and think about it because as I said here I'm for new media but I'm also critical, but then you have mainstream media and you have the tabloids and you have the scandals and all kind of things, and right
yeah,
now in these days and now it's in America as you said I like this country style. I learned to appreciate country music when I visited America for the first time in '96, and I went to
yeah.
Texas in
All right,
Austin and Houston, because
Houston.
I had my view about country music and said, because I listened to electronic music and synth music and said, country,
Yeah,
and no, that's not for me. But when
yeah,
you came to Texas, you had all radio station was country music. So I learned, for example, to appreciate Dunn and Brooks
yeah,
or Brooks and Dunn and others like that.
yeah.
So I got introduced to country music, and I have two left feet, so I can't dance nice as you do that. But
Right.
when I listened the first time, I didn't see the video, and I tried to figure out how do you dance because you
Yeah,
sing in a slow way, but I couldn't get it. And then I saw the video, and
yeah.
I still can't get it, but it's enjoyable to watch very much.
It is. Yeah,
So,
I think people enjoy it.
so could you tell a bit more about the reactions to this song and video and your future plans? Because when I search on DuckDuckGo, I find your website there, and as I said, also in Green Room, because I'm working with new media and how you could market yourself in cyberspace. So I see that maybe you could have some potentials there, what you could do in the future. So could you share some of your plans for ahead?
Yeah, I mean, it's been incredible, the internet, the World Wide Web,
Yeah.
with everything at the moment. I mean, even like you say, the things are out there on Google them, or the videos. We had a
Yep.
guy approach us from Australia when once he'd seen the video and the dance. He wanted to do a dance version of it. These old bass heads, they had a hit in the 90s,
Yeah.
and he's done a remix now and a dance version of the song, which is great.
Okay.
And then
Is
he's designed a
is it
little.
released?
Yes, it's out now. Yes, it's available. Download on all
Okay.
the download sites and everything, and it's the
Yeah.
videos on YouTube. It's up there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's incredible, the internet nowadays. It opens the whole world up to your music.
Hmm.
Where before you could distribute them through a company, and or it was done through television advertising. But now,
Yeah.
like you say, you've got social media, you've got all the Twitter, the Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram, and everything, isn't there now? More things. TikTok, that's another one over here.
Yeah.
People put little
Yeah.
snippets of dance on there. So
Yeah.
yeah, fantastic.
So you said that you had this dance version of it, and was it some other reaction on this one that
It's
other
the same.
wanted to? Yeah.
It's the same files, same song, but he's speeded it up a little bit, and he's put
Yeah.
a different drum beat to it and a bass beat and everything.
Yeah.
And it's quite interesting. Quite interesting if you get time to have a look on there on
Yeah.
YouTube. It's the Get Up Dance Bass Head remix. So
Okay. Great.
look
So
at that, you'll enjoy that.
because I mean, as I said, you have a long career in this music industry and done things. So and you have also been on television, and you have been in this how to say different TV shows and others, and also
Yeah,
playing with
I
the
did.
band.
I did The Voice. You have The Voice there in Sweden, I think. The Voice. We have The
Yeah,
Voice UK.
probably, but I'm joking with that. I'm not so into this, the reality show or the
Yeah,
talent shows and so on. I don't
yeah.
watch them, but I have heard about The Voice and The Idol and whatnot. So it's
Yeah, yeah.
big. So I saw a clip
It
on
is.
that
It's a big
also.
program. There are
Yeah.
10 million viewers on there watching
Wow.
me when I was on, which was
Yeah.
brilliant. And
Yeah.
also got other work from being on there, which reminded people that I'm still around.
Yeah.
So I got a TV advert from that, from being on The Voice. I got
Yeah.
some lots of good work, so it was good. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you planning for the future, Dean?
Well, for the future now, I'm hoping that this COVID thing is going to go away, because it's just ruined everything in the entertainment business here in the UK. We've postponed everything till next year. I'm still writing songs. I'll be writing. Hopefully, I do a lot of charity work as well, on the internet with the cancer people
Mm.
and the Heart Foundation. Because I've recently been ill, where I had a minor heart scare a few weeks ago, and
Yeah.
I've got to take it easy at the moment. I've got to rest, but
Yeah.
no, I'm just at home and just trying to get through this awful time.
Yeah. So that's good to hear, Dean. So, any other thoughts about because it was funny also when we started, we use a service called Ringr, and we have to be in the pipeline, have some interviews, and also to find the time. And then you were very quick to get the Ringr for yourself also. So great work with that.
Yeah,
So we could talk
yeah,
more about how you could use that in, like they joke about that now, Ringr, because this service was done before it was so-called cool by social distancing.
yeah,
So, and in a fun way, but it's perfect because it's nice, of course, to meet in a studio or doing a live recording at the set,
yes,
but to doing it like this, it's very convenient, and it's safe, and it's you get a good result for it. So
very good quality as well.
Yeah. So thanks again for looking into it, and we could talk more about that, how you could do, because as I said, you have a long career here, and you have done lots of things, and maybe that could be your own like Dene Michael radio show on think your thoughts about the music history or something like that. Because as I said, in these gloomy times, a nice party song or some a fun video and have a laugh, and of course you should be serious about serious things, but sometimes you have to brighten up a bit and see it on the bright side, as they say in
trying to make people happy. That's the main thing. Keep people happy.
Yeah. So that's something to do. So do you have anything else on your mind, or something that you want to say at the end here? Where could the listener find you on the internet? You're on Twitter, for example.
I've got a website. I've got a website, and it's called Dene Michael, which is DeneMichael.co.uk. So that's DeneMichael.co.uk. And that's my website. There's all the information, pictures of me with all the stars, people I've met through my career, and some quite interesting links to videos. So,
Okay, great. And we'll include that in the show notes also to your latest song there and the video, and you could send me the information about the versions there and some other material that could be handy. So with that, Dene, I thank you for your time, and we will talk soon again. And thanks, Jonathan Dahl, for the connection. He couldn't be here today. He's working, but he fixed this so we could have this conversation. So thanks.
Yes, and thank you, Martin, as well. Oh, and Martin, I've got to tell you about my favourite tea. You've not asked me about my favourite flavour.
No, I did. You are prepared, right? Jonathan must have briefed you. Yeah, that's true. We could talk about. So now I thought this will be a short and sweet episode, but now we'll talk tea. So listeners, you have to hang in now. So thanks. I appreciate that. I almost forgot.
My favourite
so what's your favourite tea?
My favourite tea is Yorkshire tea, obviously, because I'm from Yorkshire. We have Yorkshire tea here. But my favourite flavour is mint tea.
Okay. Have you tested mint with real mint leaves in it?
I have. Yes.
Yeah, because in Morocco they have mint tea.
That's where I had it in Morocco.
Yeah. So that'd be
Marrakesh.
Yeah, so it's very fresh and so on. So great to hear. So please tell me a bit more about York, because I'm not so good at UK geography there. It's better with the American geography. But I see now a lady that's have a show on the telly, and she had been in all kind of TV series and so on now, and now I can't recognize her name. But she's visiting small villages, towns that are not cities, like smaller places.
Yeah,
and she had been. Yeah, she had been in England and around United Kingdom, and now in Scotland and other places. And it's very, cozy and nice, and you learn something about it. But there she was at the tea plantation in England, because, England is drinking lots of tea there, but it's coming from Asia, and then it planted in India through the colonies and the empire. But then they saw at one place in England that they saw that it was similar, the Darjeeling climate was similar to one place in England. So they got plants and a small plantation there. And so I had to find the episode there and include that in the show notes. So there you could you get your own cuppa, the British cuppa there. So I know Yorkshire tea and the bricks builders tea is and I also follow Yorkshire tea on internet, on Instagram and others, and they are working on the emojis, the nice things that funny smileys and so on. Yorkshire tea is, for your information, they are trying to get emoji for the teapot, because if you want to write tea, it comes a cup with black things in it, and that could be black tea, but it could also be coffee, because if you write coffee, the same emoji is coming up. If you write green tea or matcha tea, a bowl with green liquid will come up, and that could be matcha, but it could also be a soup or something like that. But a teapot is a teapot. You could only have tea in a teapot. Of course, you could have coffee, of course, but the traditional, the British style, with the how to say porcelain and the glaze, and it's red, because Yorkshire have this red teapot. So they are trying to get that approved. So the tea lovers out there could say, are you for a cuppa, or do you want to have a teapot, or do you want to have high tea? Brew, yeah. So why is it so important? Of course, the Yorkshire Tea Company, but in Yorkshire, why is tea so important there?
Everybody drinks tea in Yorkshire.
Yeah.
I think my grandparents used to make me a cup of tea when I used to go visit them, and my mum and my dad and everybody else, all my family, all drink tea.
Yeah.
We all like tea,
Yeah.
And I like a nice cup of tea in the morning, and I have the tea bags now, the Yorkshire tea bags. But I used to have the teapot, like you said, with the teapot and the tea strainer, and I used to put the tea leaves in the strainer and put it in the pot, and then pour the tea into the cup through the strainer, so you didn't get the leaves going into your teacup. Yeah.
I think you should do that again. I also use tea bags sometimes as convenience, but the real tea leaves and the simmering there and how they could bloom, and you get the flavor. And maybe that could be an idea for you, a future like song, a song about tea.
About tea, drinking Yorkshire tea. Hey, that's a good idea, Martin.
You could send the royalties to me later on. So that's I'm all for it. Maybe you could get Yorkshire Tea as a sponsor. That could be good.
Yeah, that would be good.
yeah, because I've written a book about tea, the first book on black tea for myself, and I mean it's the second most popular beverage in the world, and of course
What's
water.
Oh,
so
right,
for coffee,
okay,
and coffee is probably third or fourth or something like that. But of course, it's water in tea also and coffee. But the water is the most popular. But tea is very big. Yeah, we need that, and we clean fresh water. And so, how is the water, the quality of water, and the flavor of water in Yorkshire? Is it the copper? Yeah.
I live in the Dales, what we call the Dales, the Yorkshire Dales, and I live where we have a program called Emmerdale, which is about a farm, which is very popular. And I live in the village where they film it, so I'm in the middle of it all there. And the water here comes from the hills and the mountains. We get fresh water, and the quality is really, really good. I have a filtration jug that I pour. But I don't need to use it. It doesn't taste any different from the tap or the jug. So it's been filtered. And
wow.
So it's very good quality here in Yorkshire. The water.
Then you have to send me some information about that also, because I mean it's a important ingredients, the water in tea, and sometimes I mean if you are in a place in the world when the water is as I said, you have to filter it, and you will get the taste of it. So if you get this natural well or something like that, that's the best you could do.
A lot of the water as well in the UK is just have lime in it, the lime scale.
Okay, yeah.
And you have to filter it in certain areas, but here, it's very pure, very nice taste.
So good. Yeah. So I appreciate that you added this. So anything else that I missed, Dean, to say on my show?
No, I mean, maybe so.
You could be the sidekick here in future and add things. That's great.
Yeah,
maybe we'll have a musical segment, but for your information, I can't sing. So
right. Well, I'll have to write some songs about tea. You're right.
Yeah, please do that. And as I said to other artists, because podcast is different from a radio show. So I mean, we are not allowed to play music on the show, because then they have properties rights and so on, and the record labels. but I will link to the official music site so they could listen to it and subscribe to it and buy the music and so on. So not to mention your age, but you have seen the vinyl records, right?
Yes.
Dene?
I've been on the vinyl. I've made many.
I'm joking now, but you didn't see the 78 rounds, right?
No,
Did you play with
no, I
that?
wasn't on the 78, but I was before my time. No, I'm
joking.
63 now. I'm 63,
so,
and I'm 64 in December. So, I'm still doing it. Still, while people still want to see me push me pineapples and shake me
good.
trees, I'll still sing it. So,
Please keep your good work, Dean. And talking about the 78 reference, I have a music recommendation for that. Called Happy Music Radio or Radio Dismuke, and he has a collection of 78. So it's music from the 20s and 30s, and that similar to when I listened to several of your songs there and Black Lace and others, and I got in a happy mood, and I think we need more of that kind of music. So with 78 music from the 20s and 30s, you get in a happy mood. So I mean, I'm all for that. So thanks again for this nice conversation, and we will talk soon again. So
okay,
cheers.
Martin, that's lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye bye.